The stars were quiet. For over 200 years, not a single human ship had been seen beyond the border of what was once called Sol Dominion. That space, blackened and hollow, remained untouched, a region declared forbidden by every major empire and alliance in the known galaxy. What had happened to the humans no one could say for sure. Some believed they had destroyed themselves. Others whispered they had ascended to something beyond flesh. A few elders claimed the truth was far more dangerous, that they slept waiting for someone to disturb the temple. The Varnak Empire had expanded with brutal efficiency. Under Emperor Kale's rule, their fleets absorbed weaker systems. Their soldiers took worlds without pause, and their reach grew like fire through dry brush. There were no rivals left in the region. And then came the council meeting that would change everything. "The border space is unguarded," said Commander Juna, her voice firm before the throne. "The Sol systems are abandoned. There is nothing but dust and silence." Emperor Kale leaned forward, tapping his fingers against the stone table. "And the relics? Still there, preserved, unclaimed. Dozens of human stations, massive structures. We believe they called it a temple world. Then, take it." There was a pause. Even Juna, sharp and ambitious, hesitated. "There are stories, Emperor. Even the Dravak refused to go near the old human systems." Kale scoffed. "Superstition? They were strong once, yes. But now they are gone. Take a fleet, strip the relics. I want Earth's core as a trophy." The Varnak fleet moved fast. A formation of 30 ships armed with the latest plasma weaponry and shield technology pierced the darkness of the Forbidden Zone. They expected derelict satellites, maybe some malfunctioning drones. They did not expect what they found orbiting the third planet of the human system. "Massive station detected," said the sensor officer aboard the lead ship Vengeance. "It appears dormant. No power signature, but intact." Commander Juna nodded. "Board it." Her soldiers descended onto the surface of the human construct, a colossal ring-shaped fortress that hung over the blue world like a crown. The halls were silent, coated in dust, but untouched by time. Strange symbols lined the walls. Weapons, too large for Varnak hands, were mounted to the walls, powered down but ominous. At the central chamber they found it. A single chair, carved from obsidian and lined with ancient wires, sat beneath a dome of glass. In it rested a figure, human, unmoving, eyes closed, muscles still. He sat as if carved from stone, silent and sleeping. "Is he alive?" Juna asked. The medic scanned the body. "Barely, suspended, some kind of stasis. His heartbeat, it's strong." Juna stepped closer. "Wake him." The mistake was simple. One command, a pulse of energy. A sequence triggered. The human's eyes opened. In that moment, 1,000 systems awoke. Satellites long thought to be ruins flared to life. Defense grids that hadn't fired in 2 centuries locked onto targets. Ships buried beneath moons, and asteroid belts surged online. And across the old Earth colonies, alarms that no one had heard in generations screamed one word: disturbance. Juna's ship never made it back. A beam of white energy, sharp and instant, sliced through its hull before it could jump. The other Varnak vessels scattered in panic, but the space around them folded. Human ships, sleek and enormous, emerged from nothingness. These were not crude machines of iron and fire. They were gods of war, silent, angular, covered in plating that shimmered like glass and obsidian. Weapons unlike anything in Varnak records charged silently. There were no warnings, no messages, no diplomacy. The humans had been disturbed. Word reached the Varnak capital in fragments. "Our fleet was annihilated," said one of the few surviving officers. They appeared from empty space, like they were waiting. Emperor Kale stood silent before the massive star map that once reflected conquest after conquest. "Is it possible?" he whispered. "After all this time?" General Lauren, aged and wise, stepped forward. "There was a reason the others never dared disturb Earth. The humans, when they ruled through war. Not diplomacy. They never compromised. They never forgot. They simply vanished." "Then where have they been?" the Emperor asked. "Sleeping," Lauren said. Like gods, who had no more worlds to burn. In the following weeks, human ships swept through the nearby sectors with precision and silence. They didn't speak. They didn't demand. They reclaimed. Old colonies once thought to be lost. Mars, Titan, Europa, and the ring worlds of Alpha Prime, lit up as if they had been in deep slumber waiting for a signal. Civilizations who once called humanity myth now watched in awe as ships bearing the ancient Earth seal hovered above them. And in every place, the same phrase repeated in binary. You woke us. The Galactic Council convened in emergency. Races that once bickered over trade routes and border worlds now spoke in hushed tones. The humans are not angry, said the Zentari ambassador. They are beyond anger. They are finishing what they started. We should speak to them, said another. Offer peace. We tried, said the Karen diplomat. Their fleets do not respond. They destroy only those who enter the old space. And the Varnak? Retreating. Their entire eastern arm is gone. The humans didn't conquer. They didn't invade, they simply returned. With quiet dominance, they resumed control over their former systems and installed watch stations in border space. But not everyone feared them. Some watched with wonder. In one quiet corner of the galaxy, a young historian stood before an ancient human statue recovered from a ruined world. They warned us, she said to her students. They told us they needed time, that one day they would rest, and if we let them rest, they would never rise again. She turned, eyes heavy with meaning. But we disturbed the temple. On Earth, the man who had awakened stood once again beneath the sun. His name was forgotten to most, even among humans, but his memories were clear. His world had fallen to war, and they had chosen to sleep. Not from weakness, but to protect others from what they might become if unleashed. And now, they were awake. We gave them a galaxy of peace, he whispered to the wind, but they chose arrogance. He turned to the sky as new ships left orbit, so now we teach them again. We are not legends, we are warnings. Across the stars, one message spread like fire, etched into the surface of every world the humans reclaimed. Humanity sleeps like war gods. Do not wake us again.